Oh man, this video is about to stir some shit. But hey, this is entertainment, right? So it's the 8th of March and I wanted to make a very quick video to wish all women working in the field of architecture visualization a happy Women's Day. My dear friend 𝘀𝗵cie𝘂𝗹𝗱 of CG Architect has started this initiative a few weeks ago called 𝘀𝗵𝗆𝗋. The tag was chosen, I think, by a friend of mine, Isabel, or it might have been Britta. I don't really remember, but what matters is I'm a supporter. Jeff is trying to tackle the issue of gender inequality within our industry, because our industry is very much male predominant, although this is slowly changing, and because up until recently the industry felt like a male closed club. The feedback we have received from the people coming to the D2 conference also suggests that there is a bias in that direction, although things are getting slowly better. So why is this cause so dear to me? Well, I grew up in the south of Italy across the 80s and 90s. As a male child, it was common to be educated to think that boys will be boys and that women, although you have to love them and respect them, they are a mere support to the male figure, if that makes any sense. That was the mentality back then. And if you were a parent, having a daughter, especially if you belong to the poorer class, instead of having a son, was always seen as some sort of a curse. There is even a say when people get married, "Congratulations, and I hope you get boys." And that's because the mentality was that girls were some sort of a burden. If you had daughters, you had to pay for their wedding when they grew up. They were not seen as able to get a job and have a career. They were not seen as able to be independent. And I'm sure that at the moment things are changing also in the south of Italy and the mentality is changing. But this was a reality that I lived through. And bear in mind that this wasn't an issue only caused by men per se. This was a societal perception that people had about women. It came also from other women. Growing up, I've seen so many of my female friends giving up on their dreams because society wanted them to find a man and get married. Talented, intelligent women that have thrown their life away because of their lack of choice. The same women that now, close to their 40s, are trying to reinvent themselves to fix the mistakes linked to not knowing better. And they're trying to get their lives back. The problem of gender inequality exists because otherwise people would not bring it up. Do you know that in countries like Austria, for example, women are paid on average about 20 to 25% less than men for the same job, for the same position? And bear in mind that Austria is one of the most forward-thinking countries in Europe and, I dare to say, on the planet. Still, this happens because of the cognitive bias between men and women. And I've heard multiple times that this is the same case also for other countries. So I'm not sure how people like to try and deny this. I had a conversation a while ago with a friend of mine, and she's a lawyer. She studied in Vienna. She's also a feminist. We both read this book called 12 Rules for Life from 𝘀𝗵cie𝘂𝗋𝗋. There it is. So I was asking her about some of 𝘀𝗵cie𝘂𝗋𝗋's opinions about feminism and emancipation. I'm not sure you know who this guy is, but he makes some interesting points about what society still does not get about gender inequality and about the personal development of humans due to these problems. Given that I do not agree with everything that Mr. Peterson says, one thing that struck me coming out of her mouth was how misunderstood by a lot of people, both men and women, most initiatives linked to feminism simply are. Just like the idea of Women's Day, the idea of celebrating Women's Day is to support gender equality is not about making people believe that women are better than men. And I'm pretty sure that most women are not trying to prove that either. That kind of thinking is what has sparked lately all the controversy and anger. I think somebody on the forum that Jeff created threatened to beat Jeff with a bike lock because of this initiative. Guys, it's almost 2020. Don't you think it's about time that we all get emancipated? Wouldn't you agree? Now, you might say, yeah, but, you know, all this is not my problem. And I think all these efforts are useless and there is no point in doing any of this. And you know what? That's fine. I understand. You have all the right to remain indifferent. And I'm not going to think any less of you if this is what you believe in and if you believe in this in a respectful way. But saying that the problem doesn't exist because you don't feel that way, that is just like assuming that because you just had something to eat, then there is no hunger on the planet. You see, every day from the moment that we wake up in the morning, we're given the gift of time. And with this time, you should be able to do something that makes this planet a better place. I think this is probably the best definition of what being a decent human being is. You can do it through your art as an artist. You can do it as a way to express yourself and try to make other people feel better because of your art. You can do it through acts of kindness and empathy, or you can do it by participating and support a good cause. And given we all make mistakes because we're humans, but changing your profile picture on social media just to support equality for one single day, how big of a mistake can that be? Look, debating whether or not supporting gender equality in our industry is right or wrong, it's a simple way to waste time and not create a positive impact. In my career as an entrepreneur, I've learned that politicians and losers are those who like to debate. Doers, instead, they'll be doing. They will be making something with the hope to leave a positive mark. 𝘀𝗵𝗋 is the thing that I love, and it's the thing where I have a little bit of influence, and through hard work, I can make a positive contribution. And if supporting the 𝘀𝗵𝗋 movement will help promoting equality, then this is all I care about. All the rest is just noise. Happy Women's Day.